everyone, Steve here with a quick news update regarding Steam, because Valve just released a new beta of the Steam client, which includes support for both the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller and the NSO GameCube controller. And that last one's a bit surprising because obviously, while it is a modern controller in the strictest sense of the word, it lacks a lot of modern features like clickable sticks, trackpads, you name it. Anything that's kind of in the last couple generations isn't really present there. So I wanted to try this out immediately, and good news, you can too. There's no prerequisite to getting into the beta. As long as you have Steam installed, you can go to settings and interface and just load up the new beta, which includes support for both of these controllers. I did just that, and the first thing I tried, unfortunately, did not work, and that was trying to play Spider-Man 2 on PC with the NSO GameCube controller. For whatever reason, at least for me, the game did not recognize the GameCube controller in any way, shape, or form. It just really defaulted to keyboard mouse. I could not get that to work. On my second attempt, however, I was much more successful. I ended up using the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller to play Spider-Man 2, and that worked basically the way anyone would expect it to. I was able to use, every button on the Switch 2 Pro controller. I was able to swing, I was able to fight. Of course, the absence of a trackpad was felt, but I was able to still get through menus with the Switch 2 Pro controller's buttons. Just none of the, trackpad-based functionality was able to be replicated, but you can see in the footage I'm able to fight enemies, I'm able to move around. It was a little wonky for me because the Y and X buttons were kind of reversed, like Y ended up being triangle and X ended up being square. You can change these button mappings within Steam, but I just wanted to run with the way it is set up currently out of the box. And there are still some bugs. In big picture mode, for instance, I didn't see the home button glyph. Instead, it showed an Xbox guide button glyph, but this is a beta, and this is kind of what betas are for. It's introducing support, testing it, and kind of ironing out the kinks. So this isn't generally available because stuff like this still happens, but from a gameplay perspective, Spider-Man 2 performed flawlessly with the Switch 2 Pro controller. I was able to do everything I would need to do within the game. I wasn't impeded in any of my abilities, and generally it was just a fun time. After a few seconds, I forgot that I was playing with a non-PlayStation controller once I got used to the different button mappings, and I was able to just swing around New York and enjoy the world that Insomniac crafted. But I wasn't done with the GameCube controller yet. I wanted to try to play a PlayStation game specifically on the GameCube controller, and my second attempt yielded success. I was able to play God of War Ragnarok, of all things, on the GameCube controller, and there's just something surreal about playing a game that looks that good on a controller designed from 2001. Obviously, it did not have full functionality because there are no clickable sticks on the GameCube controller, so I wasn't able to make Kratos sprint, but as you can see, I was able to throw my axe, I was able to fight people, I was able to basically do what a God of War can do on Nintendo's adorable purple controller from the early 2000s, and I just think that's neat. So let me know, are you going to update Steam and are you going to try to play more GameCube games with this? If you know of any games that use analog triggers, I'd love to test that out on the GameCube. I just did a quick test with a couple of PlayStation first-party games because playing PlayStation first-party games on a Switch controller is one of the only things you can't really do successfully yet. So it was really cool to try this. It was especially cool to get God of War working with a GameCube controller. I'm going to keep testing this out, and I'm interested to see what this means for the future with the Steam machines coming out. Will I be able to play my whole Steam library with Nintendo's GameCube controller? I guess we'll find out sometime next year. But thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to GVG for more news videos just like this. Ring the notification bell to be the first to know when new videos go up, and I will see you next time.